Hintere Zollamtstraße. Umsteigen zu O. In Richtung Raxstraße. Rathausplatz, Burgtheater.
Hello, I'm Simulator Dirk, and welcome to TramSim Vienna. No, this is not TramSim Vienna, this is TramSim Munich. I'm recording this within 24 hours of the release, and we can see some screenshots on the screen. Now there's 3 different routes. We'll explore them over time. Just a few notes to start with before we kick off. This is my first look. I have seen some videos that have been put out by the publishers. So there's that. I have also read that there's a lot of negative feedback so far within the first 24 hours of bugs and crashes, etc. We'll judge that for ourselves when we have a go shortly. We go back to level 0 because this is a standalone title. So if I was to play TramSim Vienna, I'd go back to whatever level. I think I'm level 4 on that. Here I'm level 1 because obviously I haven't played yet. All I've done is so far adjust the screen for my recording purposes, and that is all I've done so far. What are we doing in terms of this series and TramSim Vienna? Both Munich and Vienna will appear on the same playlist. The numbers will be in sequence. So this isn't episode 1 of TramSim Munich. This is episode whatever I'm up to in TramSim, and that's where we're up to in relation to that. So I've been looking forward to this. Some of the items that will be here on TramSim Munich will carry across as well to TramSim Vienna. For instance, dynamic weather and that sort of thing. Being able to pick your seasons, that will also work out. So they will carry across, and also one of the plans is that any trams that I own on Vienna, I'll be able to drive in Munich, and apparently vice versa. So this will be episode 23 of TramSim in my TramSim playlist, SimulatorDirk.com, SimulatorDirk on YouTube. So far I've done nothing. Let's have a look at my profile. Level 1 without knowledge. Goes without saying, really. Let's have a look at the vehicles. Now, the one vehicle that we have is the R2.2B, which we've seen on the screen. It is the first low-floor streetcar in Vienna. They went into service around 2011. So I've never been to Vienna. I've never been on a Vienna tram, needless to say. And likewise, I've never been to Munich. I've never been on a Munich tram. I have been to Berlin, and I spent an afternoon in Frankfurt. And that is the extent of my time in that part of the world, in Germany in particular. But I'm looking forward to getting into it. Let's have a look at the settings. They all look fairly similar. AI. Let's have a look at the AI. Pedestrians and cars. We'll just go with the defaults for the moment, unless I need to change them. So, do you want to play the tutorials? Let's play. TramSim Munich. So while the same developers are between the two, the origins of this actually goes back to Lotus Simulator, which I've never played, I've never purchased. It's about $60 for one tram and one route, but they didn't look as good as anything I've played on Train Simulator, Train Sim World, or indeed TramSim. So I didn't get into the Lotus universe. Beginner's course, that would be good. So now we're having a look around the cab. Can I zoom in? Speedo, fairly obvious. Everything's in German, so I don't necessarily know what all of these buttons do. I have read that the H lights up when a passenger in a wheelchair presses the button to let the driver know that they need to get off. How much I can actually touch at the moment, I'm not sure. I don't think I can touch anything. So I am presuming that a lot of this over here, because it says temperature, which is fairly close to temperature in English, I presume that has a lot to do with the air conditioning. Now over here I'm presuming that's the Munich version of IBIS. They'd be door controls. Let's look over here. Now it's not in what I'd expect to be in new condition, as if the tram's just been delivered. So that's obviously where the key would go in. There's the handle. Combined power brake controller. And there's some more buttons over here. Blind. So can we go outside yet? Okay, here's inside. So fairly similar sort of setup. It looks like, as we saw in Vienna, there's a wheelchair space, and the button that I was talking about to attract the attention of the driver that they need assistance or that they're going to get off. Can we walk? No, we can't. Okay, this is our outside view. So our doors are open at the moment. Now there's 3 routes. 2 of them are the 27 and 28, and I can't remember what the 3rd route is. So this is our tram. Another tram stop, or another tram part of the route over there. So it looks like it is in Vienna, where there's only doors on one side. And here's another view. So we've got a 3-unit. 3 separate units here. I can't actually see the pantograph up at this stage. Maybe that's something we have to do in the tutorial. So camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. So basically identical to the way that the cameras work in Vienna. Okay, so we'll go back to the cab, and it says you can switch through different cockpit cameras with the keys left and right. So I presume that's left and right arrow. Here we go. Left and right arrow. Okay, now we have to start up the tram. On the left rear side of the driver's seat is the battery. Oh, so it's supposed to, oh, that'll be the battery key switch. A battery Hauptschalter key switch. Remove the black cap by clicking on it. When the cap is removed, the key switch can be inserted and turned on. If the voltmeter is in the green area, the key switch must be removed from the battery Hauptschalter. So on the left hand rear, so that would be here. So we've removed the black flap. Now, how do I advance? Okay, that's alright. Step 2. Raise the pantograph to connect the vehicle to the power supply. So at the moment we're obviously on battery. Operation with the Strobenheiner ALF/AB switch on the driver's console is only possible if the key switch battery Hauptschalter is turned on. So the one that I've got turned on at the moment. Have I got it turned on? Or no, I don't think I've got it turned on. I think. Okay, the key is in, and okay, it's in the on position now. Now we have to these. So everything's firing up, but I don't. Okay, so we raise the pantograph. Doesn't say how yet. So hang on. So hang on. We'll go to A. Let's have a look outside. Okay, the pantograph is up. I'm just trying something here because it doesn't necessarily say which way we have to turn this. Doesn't necessarily say which. Okay, so if we move it around to the left, because I can hear the pantograph lowering, and we'll confirm it by looking outside. Okay, the pantograph's down. So what we have to do is move it to the left, to the up position, and we can hear the pantograph raising now. And that's the pantograph connected to the overhead wire, so the power can come from the overhead wire now into our tram, so we don't need to use the battery anymore. On the left rear side of the driver's seat is the Hauptschalter. Set the Hauptschalter to EIN on to begin the startup process. So the Hauptschalter doesn't help that the seat's in the way. The Hauptschalter. Now it says that the Hauptschalter is on the left rear side of the driver's seat, but if this is the right switch, it's actually in front of the driver. So select it to on. On the left side of the driver's seat is the key switch Fahrstand. Interact with that key switch and turn it to position 1. So what it didn't really say, we have to take the key out of the battery now. And we have to put it there, in, and turn it around to the on position. So we've done that. Oh, gee. Pull the Fahrtrichtung to the forwards position. So that's this switch in front of the, or behind the key. Hang on, so let's take that out for a sec. Let's turn that off, because I don't think we need that anymore. Although I could be wrong. That didn't sound good. That sounded better, so we've got to keep the battery switch on. Okay. But now we can take the key out, put the flat back over. So now we put our key back in, turn it to the right. It's in the one position. Now this switch has to go to the 4 watts position, but for some reason I can't interact with it. Let me reset the camera. There's a knack to it. I just got to find it. Oh, hang on. I've got to pull the driver lever all the way towards me. Let's go back a step. That may help. No. I don't want to do that. Pull the Fahrtrichtungsschalter to the 4 watts position. Now I don't know if the power lever is supposed to be in that position. Let's go forward a step, see if that might help. Okay. Hang on, I went back. No, that's not supposed to. It's not supposed to happen. Alright, let's just close that menu for a second. No, let's not do that. Hang on a second. Now I've lost there it is. So that's what I'm struggling with at the moment, this switch. Hang on, we're not ready for the ibis yet. Okay, let's just close that menu for a second. Now, it is possible that there's something really simple preventing me from maybe so I can see the switch that I need to activate, but if I use the mouse, that works. So I'm just trying to get, now that worked. I don't know what it did, what it does, but this round knob is what is not working at the moment. That's not what's working, so I don't know if there's any relationship to where the power brake handle has to be. If it needs to be in the neutral position. Because if I click anywhere, it goes to the what I'm presuming is the full power position or the max power position. Just have a look at the controls for a minute. Now I don't know or care about VR rather, because I don't use it. So the controls look fairly similar. Oh no, they don't, because there's junctions and everything that you got to use the number pads for. So there are some differences between Vienna and Munich. Nothing relevant there by the looks of things. Some people have reported issues with brightness, especially at night. But that may be a case of having to change things at your end. Alright, so the knob is the one that I need. The black knob here underneath the key is the one that I need to move. I need to move it one step to the right. One step to the right, and then I'll be able to get on to the next step. But so wait for the circle to come up and hold the left mouse button is what I should be doing, because that's what works for that switch there immediately behind it, which I don't know what a Turin Inglet is. But there seems to be nothing that I can do to turn that switch. Now I'm going to have a look on the TramSim Discord, which is very good, by the way, for picking up little bits of information in English and in German. Now of course I need the English section because so there's been a lot of people reporting faults, etc. As you can expect, the first day or two, there's a lot of people trying to play that don't necessarily know, and it's a case of finding out. Sometimes it's by trial and error. So there's a whole heap of people that have got a lot further than I've got at this stage. I may have to do a little bit of reading. It looks like some people have just gone straight into gameplay, which is fine. I was hoping to be able to have the tutorial completed by now, but obviously not. I'm going to have to do some reading. So let's go back to the menu. We'll do the tutorial at another time. May have to do some reading after recording this episode. So let's not play the tutorial for now. So we have a simplified mode. In the simplified mode, parameters such as start up the vehicle and other settings are already preset for you, which is what I need at the moment. Switches are automatically set for you and there can be no malfunctions. This mode is perfect for beginners or trips in between. So that's simplified mode, which is what we will be going with. Advanced mode, you're in control. Create your individual simulation experience with TramSim's wide range of settings. And we have advanced mode, which apart from COVID mode, didn't really have at the start of TramSim Vienna, but that came into effect later. So COVID mode on or off, startup vehicle on or off, switch malfunctions on or off, signal interference on or off, set switches automatically on or off. But let's see, have we got any scenarios yet? Not yet. So what we'll do, we'll start on Route 23 and we'll start Route 23. Let's see, can we do all 4 seasons? Christmas is a season apparently. Fall, summer, spring, Christmas, winter. So we'll go to summer first of all. So we can drive routes 23, 27, and 28. So we'll go with route 23 to start with. We're heading to Miniature 3, whatever that is. We'll find out. We're starting from Schwabing Nord. Let's not do Christmas season straight away. I did select summer. So we can... Oh, okay. So with the vehicles, we can select the Vienna vehicles from here as well. Just not the Munich one, but we'll leave that alone. Time settings, let's just make it around 12 noon. Weather static for the moment. And it is sunny. So let's get into the action and let's explore the route. So hopefully everything should already be turned all on. Now the startup procedure is different because it's a different class of tram. Okay, I just wanted to stop the tram for a moment. Alright, so let's just check the controls. So we're just checking the controls because there was a lot of... Okay, so I'm going to change that control to the Z, which is what I use on TramSim Vienna. So they're all in line, that's why it wasn't working. Left-hand indicators, right-hand indicators. Station stop brake we didn't have in Vienna. So the main ones that I want for the moment... Alright, so I've got to think about how I do this in Vienna as well, because I want to do the same. So the bell's the same, number 7. Door release. So where is door close? Station stop brake. Might be handy to know. It's got a mirror that you can fold in and out. That's interesting. So where is the... What button do you press to close the door? How could that have got through? Accelerate, neutral, deaccelerate, emergency brake, indicators, bell, and door release. release. Okay, num 6. How could there be no door closing button unless it's the same button? We'll try that and we'll find out. Okay. Alright, let's go. Okay, so the bell works. Back to neutral. Stop. Okay, good. Alright, we're about to make our first stop. Now, where we need to stop is seemingly indicated by that little H. Oh, we've got a guy who wants to use his wheelchair to get onto the tram at our very first stop. Alright, so number 6 open. So we've got our first passengers on board. Alright, now num 9 was to open that door. Now I did see in controls, the wheelchair ramp. End and page down. End, page down, and delete. So let's try that. So, let's have a look. Mate, it's my first day, seriously. End. End. Wasn't page up or page down. What did I say it was? The end key and page down. Alright. End and page down. Now, do I have to be in the cab? End. I clearly haven't seen all the videos and paid attention to all the videos, clearly. Now, do I have to get out of the cab? Maybe I actually need to get out of the cab. Now we'll try pressing page down, end. Mate, I'm afraid I'm out of luck. We'll get back in. We'll shut the door. And we'll get in the seat. We'll try and get in the seat. There we go. I think we're in the seat now. So let's try closing the door. So what was it? 6 to release. So, hang on. Now, I don't know if that's a happy beat. So, if I press 6, no, I need to press 9. And now I think that's the go beep. Now, I've got another tram right up my backside. Keep in mind, I've got absolutely no idea where I'm going.
Maxstraße.
Doesn't seem to be any marker. So if we have a look outside, so we'll press 6, and I believe that's locked. Okay, so that's locked. And we can go. That's another tram at the station. Unlike Vienna. Okay, so what it appears to be is that you release the doors by 6, by num 6. Let the passengers do their thing, and then lock them using num 6 again. go. I said let's go. We've got a happy beep then. Can we go? Alright, what's going on here? I think I didn't have the power brake controller in the braking zone.
Schwabing vor.
So let's see, the green button here is lit. The doors are locked. I'll press num6. The green light goes out. So I can hear the doors closing. So if we do that again, so we've now locked the doors. Let's unlock them. And let's lock them again. So the green light's on, beep, that means we can go. We don't have the signal. Let's look outside. Alright, where's our tram? I want to set this up. Alright, let's get back in the cab. Now the green light's on, so that means we've locked the doors. Now we need to wait for the signal to go around to the left. I don't know yet what the K is and what the round dot is. You know, the systems are different. Now, I have read that some people have experienced problems with the lights not changing and constantly being green for cars. This is what could be happening here, or this could be just me being impatient. While that's happening, let's have a look at our IBIS. So we're almost at the end of this line. They're only shorter lines. And I don't know if we're actually going to get... Let's have a look outside. Let's have a look at the lights. Let's another look at our tram. So during this time, I'm pretty sure the lights have not changed. Cars seem to be spawning. So the lights have not changed the time we've been watching this. Let's get back in the cab. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go anyway. See if I can get a gap in the traffic, because we're clearly not going to be able to go by following the rules. Now I'm lucky that that red car stopped. That one up to the tram ahead of us. Let's release our doors here. So lots of people getting on. So we've got the 23 tram, and the 140 and the 141 bus. A 9-hour service N40, and here, which is quite good, which I haven't really implemented in some other games that I can mention. Passenger information systems with time in minutes, so there's one now, one in 1 minute, which is probably me, and then one 13 minutes behind me and one 23 minutes behind me. This may be as far as we can get, because this one's not moving either. And there's another one up my backside as well. So see how far forward we can go. So that's as far as we can go. We may have to turn the trams, the AI trams off. Oh, hang on, just as I did that, the signal changed. I don't know exactly what it's showing. Now the lights have changed. But this tram in theory should be able to go because it's got the signal now. But is that the way that it needs to go? That is the question. right. So we'll just... I was reading that the X on the top of that light tree means that the points are locked. Which is maybe what not... We might not want that. So, straight ahead. Let's stop this. And let's go back to the menu. Yes, I do want to go back to the main menu. And what we should try and do is do this route in... no, we don't want to do that. We haven't saved any games yet. Create new. So we'll go in the other direction. And we'll enter. And we'll try and do the route in reverse. And we will see what happens. Maybe I should have turned AI trams off. But we will see. So this is the terminal station. We haven't actually seen it yet. Outside. So we saw there a very good illustration. I'll lock the doors and I'll unlock them again. We'll open the front door. So it looks like you can independently operate the front door. We'll close the front door. And we'll lock everything. Everything's locked. Locked and loaded. Haven't got the signal. Now, I wonder, is this a case again of the route not setting for us? We'll wait and see. This is, after all, supposed to be simplified mode. Let's walk. Okay, we've still got no permission to go because of the cars. So this looks like a combination of a bus interchange and a tram interchange. So our major problem is at the moment that the traffic lights are against us. Hang on, they're just changing. Let's get back in the cab. Maybe it's just got a really long green cycle for the cars. Nothing's changed there. Let's go back to that camera. So it's gone around to green again. And this could be a problem. So we'll just watch the traffic lights again. So the traffic lights are changing in this instance. We go to the cab. Did I miss it then? Let's just stay and watch it from here. So the pedestrian crossing has changed as well. The lights for the pedestrian crossing. Now I'm intently staring at that signal pole. and absolutely nothing has changed. So this, my friends, is a big issue. So what I'm going to do, the next time those lights change, I'm leaving. Alright, lights are changing. I'm leaving. Screw you guys.
Straße.
Alright, let's see here. The cars in front are going. I have the signal to proceed as well. So let's do that. Now we didn't make it this that far. Heading in the opposite direction. The doors are closed by themselves. So in a way, the door system operates similarly to what the E2 does in Vienna. Crash, crash. Safety car boards and flags, safety car boards and flags. Okay, lights have changed for us on this occasion. Stopped a little bit further back so I'm not over the points. Now I think this is where we got to, but in the opposite direction where the tram is across the road. Oh, we can go. Excellent. Cars are still coming across running the red light though. about to have what we're about to have, I think, is the problem in the opposite direction that we had before, where the light won't change, and okay, well, wow, okay, make a liar out of me. It has changed. I don't know why there's a straight indication if there's only a bit of track that curves around to the right.
Schwabinger Tor.
What I think I'm going to have to do is go back into the menu and adjust the tram sounds because I seem too loud. Now I would rather have direct control of the doors closing rather than just having them close automatically. Nobody needs to get on because everyone just got on that tram, but having said that, there would most likely be people wanting to get off this tram. Now, my original plan was to record Now, my original plan was to record 3 episodes together. So one about this route, the route 23, 27, one about the 27, one about the 28. And also I was hoping to actually do the tutorial. But because of the way things are, I am going to do the next 2 routes when we get to the end here. So this episode will have the tutorial, which we didn't finish, this route and the other
2.
heard those doors opening and closing really clearly as if they were on my tram, which they weren't. All by themselves. When they're all locked, I'll press number 6. I get the happy beep. Terminus for this route. So what we'll do, we'll go around. So similar to either one of Route 1 of Vienna, it's a loop. So you drop off at one section and then you go around and you pick up on the other side to begin your next trip. Wait for the other tram to depart. So this is where we started this route. If we have a look at the front now, it has changed. We're not quite all the way at the walkway yet. There's no use anyway, because anyone really who knows the system is going to jump on this tram in front of us first, because we're both on the same route. We're both going exactly to the same place. So we'll see. Hopefully it will depart shortly and we won't be stuck. What we will do, we will go for a walk. I need to get back, press number 9 so I can walk out. So we've only got the Route 23 here. So one's out in 7 minutes, which I presume is this person or this tram. Me in 17 minutes and the other 2. So it looks like a 10-minute service. So we'll see if that is it. That is indeed the case. Go back a bit. what we'll do, we'll also take this opportunity to have a look through our tram. So that has gone to 6 minutes. So at the 1 minute 24 mark of recorded time, hopefully this tram will move, and then we can continue. Not that we're going to, but I just want to see if this tram actually moves off. So let's get on. So we've got a map of the system. This looks like the whole public transport system rather than just the trams in Munich. As I mentioned in the introduction, I've never been to Munich, so dynamic Vergast must mean passenger or customer information system. Doesn't appear to be anything other than a static image at this stage. And we'll continue walking. Did I release the doors? No, I didn't. So we have a ticket machine, automatic ticket machine. So S-Bahn, U-Bahn, bus and tram. So you can get a short trip ticket, 4 stations, a child ticket and a dog ticket. So zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. Single. Oh, so single and a group ticket by the looks of that. So zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. K, which could mean all day. Single and group tickets. Coin slot there. So we'll continue. Another ticket machine here, and I am presuming, just like in Vienna, you can open the lock and some driver controls will be there for manual driving. We've got another map here. So what do we have here? So we have reading from top 20, 21, 17, 12, 16, 25, 18, up here. So the 27 and the 28, the ones in orange is what we'll be on next. And on the far side here we can see the 23, which we've just been on. That's a rather short line. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 7 stations. The 28 and the 27 are the other routes that are in orange. So you've also got the lines 15, 17, 25, 18, 16. And it looks like there's a core section in the city. That sounds like the other tram taking off. That's what it sounded like, or is it one on the other side? Let's go out and check the passenger information display, see if that's... Alright, so he's due out in 1 minute. Let's see if we can get in a position to see it departing. there another tram behind me? Oh, that one's departing. Okay, so there's me. And is there a tram behind me? Yeah, there's a tram behind me as well. So let's get in the seat. Oh, we're going to have to walk all the way back. Right, let's get in the seat. Let's close the first door. Alright, and let's move forward. Alright, let's release our doors. Oh, we pulled up a bit short. Let's look at our ibis. Now from that, I don't know what time I'm leaving. Obviously I'm going to have to do some more. Oh, okay. Well, that works. Obviously I don't know a lot of what these buttons do because I'm not German, or I don't speak German. I don't know if pressing that red button was a good idea. Alright, we'll release the doors. Obviously I'm going to have to do some more reading, I'm going to have to do some more watching to figure these things out. Rome wasn't built in a day, Vienna wasn't built in a day, and Munich certainly wasn't built in a day. But we will learn. So let's go across now and we'll go back to the menu. We'll close that. We earned 60 tram stopping points. We travelled 3 kilometres after all that. So we'll go back to the main menu. We'll select Route 27 next. We'll see how far we can get on that. So Route 27 we'll do next. From Paturing to Sendlingertor. Let's not do a storm. Let's do fall, so autumn in other words. So we'll see how we go. This is Route 27, and after Route 27 we'll do Route 28. And as usual, these first episodes of a new series do go for a bit longer. As I said, I was going to make each route its own episode, so that would have carried over 3 weeks. However, I don't want to do that, so this episode will be out, and then I'll do some reading over the next day or two, some watching of videos, learning some things. Hopefully the dev team are working on some bugs, and then on the next episode hopefully we'll have some good news with some of their bugs ironed out. Now I don't like how the tram is in motion when it first gives you control. But in what is a good sign, those leaves look like autumn leaves. Which was the point of choosing fall, because I actually wanted to see if they actually looked legitimate or not. person in a wheelchair. I don't know how to get you on my tram at this moment. People in wheelchairs are apparently also coming to Vienna. By the way. So we'll get back on our tram. Alright. Let's go. That doors are locked. Oh, hang on. Now, did I not have this? Did I not have the signal then? I don't know. I have to look back if I remember to. That could have been very, very bad. Actually, what we will do, we will go back to the menu and we will start that again. And I will see if there is actually a signal when we depart that station. So we'll go to Route 27, Ring to Sendlinger, Spring, Christmas, Winter, Fall. So we'll do the same thing again. I want to check, and this is probably the easiest way, frankly, to see if there is actually a signal at the end of that platform. Because if there's not, and that's all line of sight, that could have been very, very bad. And obviously this is a good time to find this sort of stuff out, because I don't really know Munich and how it works. There are differences. Okay, so we get control here. There we have it. There is no signal. There is no signal there. So when we depart here, so when we depart here, there's a give way sign. So I presume we have to stop and wait at the give way sign. That's the only thing we've got. That's where it obviously terminates and then loops around and forms this service. So the only protection that we have from a head-on collision is a stop sign, sorry, a give way sign, and me paying attention. I'm going to adjust the volume. I'm going to reduce everything down to about 75%, which may make things a little bit easier on the ears for all of us. Because the sound just oh, I've changed nothing from my usual setup. 75%. I've changed nothing from my usual setup. Tunnel volume, so there's obviously a tunnel somewhere. And sound effects. Technically speaking, using the master volume should fix everything, but we'll see if there's a noticeable difference when we go back in game. That's a lot better. Down to 75%. Now, my situation is a little bit different because I am a content creator. We don't have the signal yet. So I can understand what the vertical and horizontal lines are. F and K. I don't know what they are. Maybe that's like a preliminary warning or something. Like, get ready. Now that sounds a lot more tolerable. We may have to reduce it further. Maybe if I reduce it to 69%. Okay, so we didn't get the little A light like we did in Vienna. But we could easily just take our cues from the traffic light next to us. Signal here, maybe not, because cars are turning, so that wouldn't be very good. Now what's the light on the other side? I can't oh, it's red now, the cars have stopped. So we should be a little bit patient. So that's cars turning left again. Now, have we got close enough to the intersection, I wonder? No, so maybe we needed to be a little bit closer to the intersection, which activates the signal, which may have been our issue before, I don't know yet. Obviously got a lot of reading and a lot of watching to do before the next episode, so we can learn these things. Okay, oh, so these look like they're, okay, so these red lights here look like they're door lights. Now there's one red light that's on at the moment, it just went out. Okay, so we'll have a look at that at the next stop. Now, some of these things could also too be rookie error. And as I said, if I couldn't get through the tutorial, if I was totally new to TramSim, I may have given up after I, couldn't get through that tutorial. But I do have a basic idea of what's going on because I have played TramSim Vienna. Now, at this stage, it's in a way unfair to compare TramSim Vienna to TramSim Munich, unless I think back to how Vienna was when I first played. And in some ways it's like comparing apples and oranges, because when Vienna started there was one route and it was a long route. Okay, so we've got 3 sets of doors open. So we should have no doors open now. So there's 4 sets of doors on the tram. They're all out. So what I'll do, that's locked, will unlock. So as I thought, that red light is for the first set of doors, which I just opened myself. If I press num 9 again, that'll lock them. That light will go out, indicating to me that the door is closed. Then I can lock everything, the green light goes on, the happy noise comes on, and we can proceed. Now obviously Munich has some sort of advantage because it was on a competing game on Lotus. However, obviously it's been reworked for the TramSim universe. 3 small routes compared to 1 big route on day 1 of release. 1 long route for Vienna, 3 shorter routes for Munich. 1 type of tram on each on day 1. So we've got 21:33 ahead of us. What am I in? 21:14. So we'll follow this one ahead of us. I don't know what I did then. So we really need to wait for this tram ahead of us to get moving so we can move. Alright, so what's going on up here? Oh, that's the back of us. So we'll just watch for a minute. The cars can go. Now we seemingly can't yet. Now this AI tram ahead of us seems to be close enough to the intersection to activate the lights. Let's get out and have a look. So what we need to do is maybe we need to be over here, so we don't want to block anything. So that's a good look at the signals.
Können Sie mich bitte vorbeilassen?
Is that Northern Alex asking me to get out of the way? Sorry, my dude. So that's a green traffic light. This could be one of those intersections. Now, looking at it from this angle, maybe the stopping point for the AI tram needs to be moved up a bit so that will actually activate the lights. That could be an issue. Because I did find that myself. So we'll give it another couple of minutes, and if nothing changes, so the lights have changed. So the developers could already know this, I'm not sure. It has only been 24 hours, or not even 24 hours. It's still the first 24 hours after release. But I think that's what happened. I think that tram there, the AI tram, so not me.
Können Sie mir bitte aus dem Weg gehen?
I'm sorry. I think she wants me to move out of the way.
Können Sie mich bitte vorbeilassen?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bella. There we go. Thank you, Bella. I don't even know if that's her name, but ciao, Bella. Hang on, she's not Italian. She's German. So what I think has happened, that tram needs to be closer to the intersection. And if we have a look, I don't know if there's some sort of marker. Maybe it needs to be closer to here to activate. I don't know. So let's do this route from the other direction, and we'll see what happens. So when can you see TramSim action? Anything that's on rails, so trains and trams, are on Thursdays. Anything with wheels, trucks and buses, are on Tuesdays, and flight simulators on Fridays, when I get around to recording another batch of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's create a new game. Let's go to the Route 27 in the opposite direction. So we'll be starting at Sedlingator. We'll do winter this time. Static weather. And let's see how we go. Yes, this is going to be a long episode, but I do want to have an initial look at all three routes. So I think I'm going to have an extensive update on the next episode to tell you what I've found out, what I've learnt, what's happened. Even though the episodes are released weekly, they're not necessarily recorded once a week. Hang on a minute. Whoa, buddy. Alright. Listening to what I just said earlier. Maybe we have to be closer. which sort of defeats the purpose because then I can't see the signal. So let's go outside. Peter Harvey gets to go outside. Oh, okay, we can go. Okay, disregard that, we can go. So let's go. Peter Harvey gets to go outside. I'm stuck behind this desk. You know me really well if you know what I was just quoting then. So this is the Ding Tour. We haven't been here yet on Route 27. So this is a different situation. This is a different situation here. We've got a give way sign, but we've also got a signal indicating if we can go or not. We're about to go. So the F must be a warning as well. Okay, we can go now. So this is simplified mode, so all these settings of the points and everything is done for me. So lines are merging.
Karlsplatz Stachus. Umstieg zur U4, U5 und zur S-Bahn. Change here for U4, U5 and S-Bahn services.
Oh, some English announcements other than to say change here for airport bus. So that's good. As I said earlier, I've never been to Munich, so... And mind you, I haven't really watched any videos about Munich's transport system either. Oh, we can go. Mind you, it was the same with Vienna, and I actually did watch some Vienna real-life videos. And to be fair, the likeness is pretty good, actually pretty good. Now, I'm not sure if I should be watching this first one or this. Oh, or they look like they coax, so. So I did learn more about the Vienna network by watching some real life videos, and it is amazing how real to life it actually is. Okay, so the connections for the U-Bahn, S-Bahn and tram. There's our tram. Where are we? We're at Karlsplatz. I did hear Fettering, but that's the destination. Fairness too, I wonder how things would work, and maybe this will be one thing that I find. Maybe things will work better if I have the AI trams turned off. Then again, I want to see the other AI trams. I want to see the other trams. I just don't want to be the only tram on the system. Lots of different lines here. Two look like they coax, so I'll wait here. because there could be something coming across in front of me as well. Now, I did see in an earlier video from the development team that sometimes the cars don't actually move from... I seem to remember this intersection for some reason. So maybe if I just move up a smidgen. I don't want to move up too far because I don't want to be foul of the up track. Yeah, you stop right there, buddy. Oh, here we go. Now, are they going to move? See, this car's foul. I have to stop now. See, they should be forward more. Now, I would maybe have been able to get in behind the first guy, but the second guy is definitely... Oops. The second guy in the blue car is definitely in the danger zone. You're in the danger zone. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Gonna have to cheat here, I think, and because I can't actually see the signal from the cab because I moved up too far, which is a disadvantage if you move up too far and you can't see the signal. You don't obviously have this ability in real life. So this is the 27. Yeah, this is a 27. We haven't even done a 28 yet. Oh, we can go now. I can see the bottom of the vertical line. So we managed to get across without incident. So I was... just like Vienna, there are sections that are shared roadway with the cars and us. Did she say our next stop is Petering? Not according to that. Caroline Platz? No, this is Auto Stream. Oh, our next station must be Caroline Platz. We'll have a look. Oh, Caroline Platz in 375 metres. That's interesting, how it tells you how far away the next stop is. Let's close our doors. That didn't sound like Caroline Platz to me. Oh, so we're going around the tram roundabout, or around this big roundabout. So So this could be a turnaround point. Now we can go. I think. So the 27 and 28 are your longer distance compared to the 23 that we started with. So all 4 of our doors are open. All out now, lock them and let's go. Good. Collision with car. I thought he was going to move. Doors are still open. Just door 3. Door 3 closed. Doors locked. Let's go. And to think that I was able to work all that out myself. Listen for some tram dings here.
Schellingstraße.
Oh, you didn't really hear it because the chime for the automatic announcement started at the same time. But I have seen on another video from the developers that when 2 trams pass each other, the drivers use their bells to warn anybody that there's a tram approaching in the opposite direction. Door 4, come on. Thank you, door 4.
Nordendstraße.
Nothing else I can do here. Have to wait for the cars in front. Doesn't matter if I'm a tram or not. And then of course you have little incidents like that, which could hold you up. Alright. Whoops. Alright, let's go before the lights change their mind. See if we can hear the ding from the other tram as it passes us.
Elisabethplatz.
Oh, the chime again drowned most of it out, but I did hear it. Door 3, door 4, come on. Thank you. There's our happy noise.
Kurfürstenplatz.
Now, because I don't know the system, I don't know if I'm supposed to go left or right here. Alright, doors are locked. So the route's set to go to the left, so we'll go to the left.
Hohenzollernplatz. Umstieg zu U2. Change here for U2.
Change here for Bono, the Edge, etc. Also, I will get back to Frankfurt Tram Simulator, which uses Train Simulator. But I need to record that in a batch. I need to remember how to play again. That system's very technical on Train Simulator, even to set up the destination board. Take some learning. Stop, 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 stop. Thank you. There we go. We heard the bell that time. So what I should be doing when I pass the tram, I should be giving a bell as well, because that's what they do. And oh gee, I thought you were just going to run across the crossing then.
Nordbad.
Wow, that was rather loud compared to the rest of them that we've been hearing. I really did need to stop then. Then again, it's just not me knowing the route. This is where we got to in the other direction. There's that McDonald's and the mail salon. So we got as far as here in the opposite direction on this route. So this way, from what we've seen from the start of this direction to now, we hadn't seen before. Now we have seen a section onwards. Some problems. Okay. So they don't use the A light as much as they do in Vienna seemingly, but just take the cue of the traffic light next to us when some of the end comes on.
Ackermannstraße.
So we'll finish. Oh, that car just went across the tram tracks there. So it looks like we've got 2 more stops. I could see the green light from the distance, but didn't know it was a green arrow. Now we can go, so that's one we're going to have to watch for. On every sort of system, you've got some little trouble spot, some little bit that you've really got to watch carefully.
Umstieg Zug 3. Change here for U3. Endstation Terminus.
So no signal before this one. So we pull up down here. So good to hear some English announcement. So we pull up here, so we're close to the U-Bahn stairs. Alright, so we'll go back inside, lock our doors, and then we'll go around the loop. So at least we've been able to complete the route in one direction, both routes so far. Haven't had a perfect one yet where we've been able to do the entire route yet. There's another train behind us. Alright, so let's end this route here, and then we'll move to Route 28. So we're on that route for 30 minutes. And we'll go to Route 28. We'll try winter. We'll try the rain. But what we should do, we'll try the Flexity. We'll try the Flexity from Vienna, and let's see what happens. See if we're going to have any problems, first of all, bringing the Flexity in. Well, it sounds like the flexity from the loading screen. So hopefully this will work, and if it doesn't work, we'll just load. Oh, there we go. We've got the... Is it the Y? Oh, I might have to rebind that because we're using the flexity now. Let me just rebind. Vehicle control flexity because of the German keyboard. We'll go to Z. So open all, close all, which is what we were doing on it before. So num4, num6, that will do for now. All right. So the flexity from Vienna. And interestingly, the IBIS works, and it looks exactly like it would in Vienna, apart from the fact that it's got the Munich destinations in it. Actually, I think I've got them bound around the wrong way. Hang on. So that should be num6 to open. Num4 to close because that's close to the belt. There we go. So if we have a look outside, there we go. Flexity 301 is there. So there we have it. We have proof now that the flexity will work in Munich. The flexity from Vienna will work in Munich. So this is Route 28, which shares a common section with Route 27. So that's why I thought I'd show you the snow.
Karlsplatz Stachus. Umstieg zur U4, U5 und zur S-Bahn. Change here for U4, U5 and S-Bahn services.
So we'll see how far we can get. Okay, we can continue. Everything is still supposed to be set for us. pedestrian. Now, can I see the signal? I can see that one. I don't think that's the one I should be seeing though. Let's go outside. Yes, we are cheating, but this will give us a good look at the Vienna tram as well. I do like the snow. Oh, this is the coacting one. So have I gone far enough, or have I gone too far? Maybe I've gone too far. So we'll wait for the change in the light cycle. Can we? No, because we can't see that. There we go, we've got it now. Now, obviously, in the real world, you couldn't do that. Do recognize this from the previous route, and we got a 10 on our stop. Now, interestingly, when I was using the Munich tram, yes, my totals were going up for my tram stopping points. I'm on 235 at the moment, and I'm still obviously level 1. But on the screen it wasn't giving me the actual points that I was earning, whereas in the Flexity it has. Okay, I can go, sweet, thank you. Autostraße. Oh, this was that really difficult intersection before. Now, I don't know if we go the same way or if this is the point where... No, we have to go to the left because we're going to Autostraße. Autostraße. Sometimes that's the best way of picking up parts of a language, is just listening to it and knowing the context. Autostraße. Now, if I remember before, I had to push my way across here. We'll give it a decent amount of time before we do that. Was it here that I had to move up very close to that signal? Yep. So you've got a stop points of 10 there as well. Carolineplatz is next.
Carolinenplatz.
Oh, it says Carolinenplatz. Whereas I'd say Caroline, it says Caroline. Ah, this is a roundabout. We can go around the roundabout. Carolinenplatz. What I'm going to do, I'm going to deliberately go a little bit further and see if I still get, see if I get 10. I probably couldn't get anything for that. Maybe there's two different Carolinenplatz stations.
Pinakotheken.
Out of the way! I got a 4. So that means that I'm not getting 10 every time I stop in the Flexity. So the roundabout must be the point where Route 2728 changes. Now, one thing that I can't, oh, that looks like one down there. I was going to say, can you remember passing any trams while I've been driving the Flexity? But here comes one up here. I think.
Schellingstraße.
Schellingstraße. Here's one. It'll be looking. Why is there a red tram coming towards me? Yeah. We all drive blue ones. You can tell I'm more comfortable with the Flexity because I've driven it heaps in TramSim Vienna. In case you haven't seen an episode of this before, I'm an Australian guy and have produced a lot of simulator episodes before, including TramSim. We can go right back to day 1 of TramSim Vienna, before it was called TramSim Vienna, and we can see the improvements that have been made, and there's a new route coming soon before the end of 2021 for TramSim Vienna, and also dynamic weather. I haven't used dynamic weather yet, I've only been using the seasons.
Nordendstraße.
So what we'll be doing on the next episode is, by the next episode I would have done some reading, watching videos, etc. And no doubt there will be changes made, some updates, some bug fixes. This is within 24 hours of release, the way that it's being recorded, even though it's basically a week. By the time you're watching it, it's basically a week since it was released. This was recorded on day one of release. It's a different happy sound for the Flexity. And in time we will drive the ultra low floor and the E2 in Munich as well. And I will drive the Munich
Elisabethplatz.
and I will be driving the Munich tram in Vienna. Was that a stop? Well, people are getting out. Yeah, that was the stop. Didn't give me any stop points. There's a car that ran in the back of my tram. See if he gives me a bell as I'm passing him, as he should. No, I gave him one.
Kurfürstenplatz.
So at this stage, as I said, it's only day one. There doesn't seem to be any AI only routes at this stage. Then again, that took a long time to happen in Munich as well, in Vienna as well. So we may need to move up a smidge. Now I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go yet, but I'm going to.
Clemensstraße.
So you have to watch out for these cars because he is partly in the danger zone. Getting some lag there.
Theodorstraße.
Now, one thing I'm most curious about, is it the same voice in Vienna and in Munich? Are they similar but different voices? Are they the actual voices, or is it just someone that the developers have hired that sounds similar? I got 9 points for that. I don't even think about it. Pedestrians, not the ideal place for you to wait. One more stop to do. We'll do the loop. Gotta say, I'm okay with the snow. Here we go. Not sure if I should have stopped back there. Because I thought maybe that was the bus stop. Have to give way to the cars. Maybe I need to move closer, so it'll activate to say, hey, I'm here. Yep, there we go. Yep, you're moving. Very slowly, but you're moving. You're moving very slowly. Might let our passengers out here. Anywho, I've been Simulator Dirk, you've been wonderful. We'll leave it there for this episode. Next episode, next week, I'm hoping we'll do some study, do some reading, do some watching, and hopefully learn some things. Thanks for watching this episode of TramSim Munich with a little bit of TramSim Vienna thrown in. Thanks to the Flexity on the left.